Hello, hello. Good evening. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. Hello, hello. Hi, Joe. Got a few ones. So, hi, Cindy. Vera, hello. Michelle, Leanne, hello. Oh, hello, Bentley. Hop on your bed. Hop on your bed. Naomi, Maureen, here we come. And Alison, hello. Alison, haven't seen you for a while. Sorry, I just shut the door. Denise, hi, Kim. Hi, Chris. Amanda. Jeanette, hello. In Queensland, where you might be a little bit warmer than us. It's cold. I've actually had to get the heater out, so I've put the heater on in the room just so we can get through tonight. Hi, Susan. Hi, Vicky. And our gin tonight is going to be had with hot chocolate. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Liz. So, hello. Wait for a few more to come on. I was a little late, a couple of minutes late starting. I wasn't really. I was just on my phone. Lee, hello. I think, are you new here on YouTube? Not quite sure. Maybe you've been before. Hi, Fiona. Not working. I think Bentley wants his bed near the heater. Never mind. He'll be right. There's not much of his bed left. Very cold in Queensland too. Okay. Yes, I suppose it's what you're used to, isn't it? So, yes. Hi, Sharon. No, I'm having the gin, Kim. It's all right. It's all right. I'm just going to have it in the hot chocolate. All right. So I am. So I'm having the Drifter's End spiced pumpkin gin. Now, I remembered at a tasting I did once when I bought some, we served it. They served it, or they said try it in this hot chocolate. So I bought the hot chocolate because that was beautiful. I think I've shown that before. And then I couldn't remember which gin it was. So I just Googled good gins to have in hot chocolate, and this exact one came up. So now I know exactly which one it was. My other option was the McHenry's Christmas gin. Hi, Kate. Hi, Helen. Hi, Janine. Hi, Joe. Which possibly would be all right. It's so small I can't read it. I did take a photo on my phone so I could blow it up and see it, but I don't think it's got the right botanicals in it to go with hot chocolate. It's more of even though it's Christmas, it's more of a summer one, like a G&T. Hi, Helen. So I'm going to put my spiced pumpkin gin into my hot chocolate. We'll just put a good healthy nip in there. And I'll give it a bit of a stir. And I get the best of both worlds, don't I? Warms my insides. Oh, wow. Just licking the spoon. Changed it completely. So it's put like an orange, even though it's spiced pumpkin, it's put like a fruity orange. Oranges and chocolate, they go really well together, like a Jaffa flavour. That is nice. I may sleep well tonight. Actually, when I Googled it, it said this is not a very common thing to do, but it can be done. Hi, Karen. And I just remember, at a tasting that I did at a January or something, they had tastings to try it, and it was a specific hot chocolate. It doesn't have to be, but it is a really chocolatey one. Wow, that is nice. Add that to that. That is really nice. That's like a dark mofo, like warm cocktail type thing. Of course, you couldn't have a whole heap of them because you'd just be drinking hot chocolate all night, but it would be a nice going to sleep cocktail to have. Leanne, you should. Did you get the pumpkin spice? I think a lot of people got the spiced pumpkin, so try it. That is good. That is good. And it will warm me from the inside out for two reasons. One, because it's hot chocolate, and two, because it's got that little bit hit of liqueur in it, or liquor in it. All right. Have we had a good week? Hi, Maggie. I missed you up there. Just see you there. And Jeanette, hello. Leanne, hello. And hi, Jane. Okay, have we had a good stitchy week? I feel like I've had a really crappy week, actually. I've just been sitting, staring at my computer, waiting for technical people to answer me for days on end, and we still are no further. So you may notice that the website still doesn't have any products on it. Well, they are there again, but you just can't search for them, and they're not showing. So yeah, some orders are coming in because if you've got the link, it's fine. But yeah, I'm ready to throw it out the window, that's for sure. Luckily, I've got no deadlines, so I can. Hi, Kerry Lee. I just seem to be wasting my days away and no deadlines. So go through my list of tasks each day in our little task manager. Hi, Susan. And tick off all the easy ones and then procrastinate on the big ones that I want to start, all whilst waiting for an answer. Anyway, that's my problem. I should have made more use of the time and done a lot of sewing. Making a flannelette quilt as requested by 4-year-old granddaughter. That's lovely, Jeanette. We really struggled to sell flannels, quilting flannels, and I always wonder why. Like in winter and in Tasmania, I just think it's not a common thing for quilters in Australia. Like they're not used to using flannels. Hello, Claire. I think you might be new, unless you've got a different surname. I know we've got Claire's, but I'm not recognising you. Welcome if you are. And if you are new, you might have noticed your head drop down into that jar. Whoops. Oh, down there. Okay, I need to mirror my camera because I'm pointing the wrong way. And that put your head in that little jar, and we draw a prize at the end. Can you all see my mug? Chicks ladies know this, but these were the mugs that we did for Chicks at Stitch this year. So pretty cute, aren't they? So yeah, they're Chicks mugs. So lots of Chicks people have got those. Sharon, I had someone message about the Hexie pincushion wanting to buy what I made, and I usually direct them to a link of where I got it from, so they made it themselves and couldn't find it. Yeah, sorry about that, Sharon. It's if you knew the actual link, it will go directly to it and it's there, but you've got to guess what I wrote in the link until it's sorted. So anyway, flannels are hard to get. There is one place in Melbourne that does all the shows that specialises in flannels. I think it might be Craft Packs or someone. We just have a very small selection, including the basically Hugs ones that I did myself a few years ago. But yeah, yes, Naomi, you would have one. You're lucky you've got one. I only just started, Susan. We haven't really started anything except you just missed my gin in my hot chocolate. Hi, Joanne and Lorraine. Hello. Hi, Mark, and hi, Jen. Is Jen there watching as well? You haven't got it on your YouTube, your big TV today. All right. What have I got to show you? Well, it's July. And that's why it would have really worked if I had my Christmas gin, because I'm going to show you a few Christmas in July projects, just in case you haven't got anything and you feel like doing some Christmas stitching, or if you're going to a Christmas in July event, you might be interested. Hi, Anne. So I'm going to start with, Joe sent me a few of those. So just found that. This one is the, let me see, is the table topper. And some of you would have seen this. Oh, she's gone home. Okay. Hi, Carleen. Oh, good idea, Fiona. Yeah, you can just email. If you know what you need, just email to order. So, Sharon, whatever that was, just tell your friend to, email us. I didn't mean to put that in there. I haven't shown you that yet. Hi, Patrina. I think you might be new too. Anyway, so this is the Christmas table topper. Someone's just messaged me saying I cannot get to the live, but I know we're here. Oh, hi, Tracy. Hi, Mum. Hello. Of course you do, Leanne. Of course you do. Hi, Wendy. So Joe remade this one last year. So it was one of our Christmas Club projects a few years ago. So if you did that, you might have got it in the original colorways. But Joe remade it last year in these beautiful, softer sort of pinks and reds. Let's switch to the overhead, and you can see it there as well. So it's got these, they're not really Christmas prints, but, and the whole table topper doesn't really need to be Christmas, but it was part of the Christmas Club. And if you can see, if I zoom in, you can see like these are holly leaves. That's about the only Christmassy thing about it. And the fabrics themselves, they may have been from a Christmas range, but they don't look Christmassy, so they're fine. So yeah, I think that's really pretty and sweet, and it wouldn't have to be for Christmas, but you know, it was originally a Christmas project. So you can imagine the original one was done in reds and greens, so it was quite Christmassy, and I think there were even Christmas fabrics. Hello, Karen, Borough, South Australia. Hi, Rose. It wasn't friend, it was some random person sending me a message. Oh, okay, no worries, Sharon. Yes, okay. Oh, well, that's nice to hear, Andrea. Oh, that's nice to hear too, Susan. Comes out every year. So that one, yeah, is the Christmas table topper. So we've got kits in the new colourways, or we still have patterns in the old that show you the price in the cover in the old colourway, reds and greens, if you like that. But that's that one. Hi, Catherine. Next, we have, what else she sent? So this is the Rules of Christmas. Let's just go back here and I'll hold it up. So this one again is a remake. Who did the remake? I'm not sure who did that. Donna or who it was that did that one, but not the original. Oh, hello, daughter. Hi, Debbie. Again, we have those ones now in the new colorways, but this one's really nice because you can customize. A lot of people customized it to their family. So it just says Christmas rules, treasure family, make memories, play nice, laugh lots, hugs and kisses for all, sing loud, eat much, be happy, no pouting, milk and cookies for Santa. So that's the Christmas rules. And I think some of those, oh, it was Donna. Okay. Sorry, Donna. I forgot. I thought it was you. Yes. And just the little hexies there in the Christmas print. So these ones, this one is very Christmassy and can come out each year for Christmas. But a lot of people put their own rules on there as well, swapped out some of them and put their own rules on them to make it like a family memory that comes out each year. So we have that one. Just put the link in. And the link for that one. And then next is treats and sweets. So this is just a little half round pouch with a bit of embroidery on it. This is the original one, I'm pretty sure. Yes, this is the original one. Again, it was from Christmas Club a few years ago, if you're a member of that. But yeah, that's all the original fabrics there. And that's got the apple cores on the back. And we did a demo at the time of the apple cores on how to put the apple cores. So that was just a new technique for people that I included in one of the projects because it's nice to always try something different. Oh, I just missed a message there. What was that? I've been very sad I don't have a personal chef to come cook for me. Oh, Fiona, I'm sorry. We spoilt you too much. So, yes, that one's got apple cores and just a little stitchery on the front. And I don't know what you could keep in there, or your baubles or something in there, or just the treats and sweets. So that is another one. And I will pop the link for that one in. And then the last one she sent me was actually the free stitch along that we did last year. It was this Christmas tree runner that had the grid piecing in it. So who did that and who's finished? Hi, Caroline. Yes, I am, Caroline. Yes, we've gone through that. I've wasted my whole week sitting waiting. But if you know what you have, I can get you the link, the direct link, and then if you know what you want, or you can just email what you want. So, yes, this was the grid piecing project that we did as a stitch along for Christmas last year. And I know many of you probably did it. I've seen a few finishes, maybe not all of them, but that is also available now as a full kit. I think she sent me a kit, but we've still got some kits left of that and the step-by-step instructions for that. So has she still to finish? Yes, I'm sure there's a few still to finish. Some of them did. Okay, no, she hasn't put the link in for that one. That's all right. Kristen finished it. Chris finished it. So there's a few of you that finished it. Yeah, some did. Some kept up on the day and got it nearly finished. I'm not sure if anyone got it completely finished, but up to binding stage. So yeah, it was just a fun project, scrappy, and it gave you a chance to play with the grid, fusible grid piecing that comes together so quickly. So that was that one last year. I'm yet to decide on two things. I'm yet to decide if I'm doing a box this year. I think I've already mentioned I'm not doing 12 days of Tilda, but I might do 12 days of Helen. Not sure. Hi, Robin. Late to the party. Or we might not do anything at all. And I'm also yet to decide if I have a Christmas stitch-along project sort of thing. I've got a couple of big things to come still this year, so I don't want to overcommit myself, especially when I lose 2 weeks with website issues and that all the time. But yeah, so anyway, you'll hear it here first. If we do a free stitch along, and if we do a box this year. Didn't get to do the so long. Hi, Michelle. You can watch on catch up. Hi, Gwen. Love a surprise. Well, it might be a surprise, Jeanette. We'll see. In the meantime, I have our first project from ASA to release. So you might have seen a few little pictures coming up on social media, because it was meant to go out in newsletters last week, but again with the website issues it hasn't. So the first one that I'm going to show you about is called Eggs in One Basket. You know the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but this one is called Eggs in One Basket, and it is just a little pouch, little drawstring pouch, which will fit nicely a 6-inch hoop, as Janine showed me. But it was just to have a play, hi Julie, on a very, very old technique called Chickenscratch. Now, some people may not have heard it, but a lot of people at our ASA retreat remember, as I do, doing it in about grade 7 home ec at high school. And we had red and white gingham, and we made a little, I've still got it, I should have brought it up to show you. We made a little, just a little roll-up tool sort of thing. But some people remembered having to do an apron and a hat, a chef's hat, with Chickenscratch on it. So it's a very, very old-fashioned technique, and it's just using the grid of a gingham or a check to place your stitches. So this is the one that the girls did and is now released, and it's just got a drawstring in it, and then these little tabs. Let's go all the way in. These little tabs here, just to cover up the ends of your drawstring, so just to finish it off nicely. And as you can see in the pattern, we've cut those out of special bag batting in the kit, so that you just sort of gather your fabric over it and sew them together. Tablecloth, Cindy. Yes, a lot of people does it for tablecloths. What does ASA stand for? Oh, a stitching affair. So it was our 3-day retreat that we just did a couple of weekends ago, Rosalind. Oh, thanks, Naomi. She's got it there too. Naomi was a retreat virgin this year, now part of our family. Afternoon tea cloths. Yeah, it's quite... as I said, like someone's commented on one of the pictures today that she did it 45 years ago, and I think that will be about the same time as most of us at the retreat did it at school as well. So it's actually really quite fun. It comes together really quickly, and it was really quite fun. So Judith, I think she got hers completely finished, and quite a few others got their stitching finished. In year 4. Wow, you started early. I'm sure I didn't do it till high school. Maybe not. So anyway, I thought I'd give you a little demo tonight on Chickenscratch. Now, I'm by no means a seasoned expert. I've done one project and I've written one pattern. So I don't profess to be an expert, but I'm not sure that I don't think the Chickenscratch police are going to be out, because there's lots of ways of doing it, and I don't know that any way is right or wrong, because you come out with the same result in the end. And like with embroidery, it's always going to be covered on the inside, so whether we jumped or not probably doesn't really matter. But I will show you sort of how I did it, and some of you might remember more things than that. So yeah. Anyway, you just need to message me and put your name on the wait list, Debbie. I thought you were on it last year, and I messaged you. Thought you were already on it. But yeah, Normandy in France. Hello, Sandrine. Hello. Cross stitch. Yes, yeah. So cross stitch is quite often done on smaller gingham prints as well, and tablecloths a lot more often than Chickenscratch. I guess, I don't know, it's a bit bigger, and it's a few different stitches to just the cross stitch, like one each way. It starts out as a cross stitch. All right, so what I had at home was some red and white gingham. So I'm going to start with that. And a lot of the ginghams, particularly if they're woven, they're not exactly straight. See, it's a little bit warped. And we actually found out during the weekend that even though this to the naked eye looks like a perfect square, it's actually not. It's a slight rectangle. So when we cut the fabric for the kits, we obviously cut it the different way to what I'd stitched it. So the finished project that everyone else did ended up being a little bit wider or narrow one the way around. So it was no big deal, but you look at this and you think, oh, that's definitely squares, but it's a little bit of a trick to the eye. And maybe if I had a ruler here, I reckon this is a little bit rectangular as well. So maybe ginghams aren't perfectly square. 3 weeks ago, Sharon. Oh, you could have caught up. All right, so this is my little pattern. So it sort of had the diagram on how to start, and then it had each row to do with each colour and how to start, which ones to do first and in order. And then it's got a little instruction on how to do the stitch. Now you can see on my stitch, I decided to do it like that, so a bit like cross stitch, starting out like cross stitch. So you go all that way and then come back all this way and then come back all that way and then come back all that way. But I don't think it matters, and some people did it doing the whole full stitch at once and then jumping over and doing the next full stitch at once. So either way works. But to start with, we need to find our center to start where to start off on the project, because just so that it's then going to fit in our template if we're going to make the same bag. So I'm just going to fold this in half and crease my center. I've got a blue pen here. Surely I've got a blue pen in all my pens, or an iron out pen or something. Oh, here we are. Here's an iron out pen. Right, so that's my center, and then this way I want to make my center. So it's about there, is about my center. Now you cut the piece big enough so that you've got allowance either way, and it will still fit the template. So we need to find this center star here to know where to start. So right there, and that is on a medium square. So see, on all ginghams you've got a dark, a medium and a light square. So we need to start on a medium square. Now, as luck has it, my centre falls exactly on a medium square, so I can start there. Okay, so I put it in a hoop because we are going to jump and we don't want to have a tight tension that then doesn't sit flat once we're finished. So like always, I used a hoop. Now, I just got out my threads this afternoon and I thought, oh, I'll do this in white. That'll look really good. And I couldn't find a single white thread. So I'm just going to start with the lighter red that will show up on that medium square. And I used 3 strands, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to strip my thread to 3 strands. Mum, if you're watching, do you remember Grandma doing this? I don't actually remember her doing chicken scratch. Probably one of the few things that she didn't do. Right, and then next is I need a needle. So I need a stitchery needle. Oh, can I say I'm actually warm? I'm actually getting a bit of a sweat up with the heater on and having that hot chocolate. All right, so I'm going to knot and thread that. Hi, Lorraine. Okay, so I'm going to find my center one there, and I'm going to start with that one, which is actually going to be this one here in the middle of my chart. And as long as I do the same direction every time, I should be okay. So I'm just using the squares, and I've got my fabric taut in the hoop, but not stretched. So I can have quite a taut, tight stitch on there, but I know that I'm not going to, let's come in close so you can see. I know I'm not going to pucker up the fabric because I've got it in the hoop. And then after my center one, I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to get it in my hoop. So what? I'm just going to do a few for now. 2, 3, and you can scoop if you've got it in your hoop. You know me. I like to do everything the fastest, most economical way. All right, pretend I've done 5. I'll finish the others later. And then I'm going to come back the other direction. So I'm going on a medium square every time. Okay, and then if I've done my whole row, next I'm going to do a crossways one. So you just attack it in the middle of the square, come up in the middle. So just use your eye and come up in the middle of this and then go down in the middle. And then do that stitch all the way across. And then the final one is vertical. So again, we come up halfway through there and then we do the up and down. Now, this is a big jump for the up and down. So once I'd done all my vertical rows, I actually then all at once, all my horizontal ones, I actually did all the rows and then all at once I did all the up and down ones because it was just less of a jump. But you might prefer, and I'll show you in a minute, just to do each complete stitch individually. And I really don't think there's much difference. You might actually use less thread doing it that way, as long as you do everyone in the same order. So I'll show you what I mean. So which way did I go first? I went this way first. Then this way. Then this way. And then this way. And that's probably going to use less thread doing it that way. Mum can't remember. Okay. Watch Marion and Marion. So she did a heart a few weeks ago. Oh, Marion's World. That's not Marion the cook. Another Marion. Okay, I'll look it up for Vicky. Thank you. Yeah, I did look up a few YouTube videos and things, and there didn't seem to be a right or wrong way. So, Dawn, hello. You were here before, were you? Did you drop out and come back? Okay, so then we need to do the rest of the rows from here to show you anything. So I'll just jump up here and do. First one was that way. Do a couple more. So then I can show you just one of the other stitches. And there. It is a little bit blurry, I'm sorry. When I go into the full zoom, it's just a little bit much for the camera to get clear at the full zoom. I have to get that one fixed when I get to see Bradley again. All right, so I'm just going to finish off and I'll just show you one of the other stitches that we then did. I'll switch to a darker thread. I think a white one would be better if I had some white. Or I suppose I could make this a Christmas one for Christmas in July, and I could use green. That would look quite good. Red and green on it. Yeah, and see, you get a second tutorial on it. Hi, Melissa. Okay. So a couple of the other stitches then. Well, one other one we did on it. Once I'm threaded and knotted, is you just come up under here. Oops. Are we on the camera? Yes. As if you've come up from behind the stitch and then slide under that stitch, not taking any fabric, under the next stitch. Let's go half and see if it's a bit clearer. And then under the next stitch and the next one. I think you need to see it. And then we just tuck it back underneath that first one as if it was coming out from underneath it. And that just gives a frame. So it's only a little bit of colour. If we look on this one, it's just a little bit of colour frame around here. You see on there. The other one you can do, and I actually didn't do enough stitches to show you this, of the other. We need some more up the top. But if we imagine that this is our center of 2 rows, then okay, so that's our center flower, and imagine we have more flowers here and here. So from this corner one, we go to this corner one. Oops, we're not meant to go through the thread, but I have. There we are. And then we tuck it back underneath. Then we come up at the center one. Oh dear. Just sort of as if you're coming out from underneath it. It wants to look like it's wrapping around it. And then we take it under this one. And just pull it so it's sitting nice and neatly, but not too tight. And then this one would go out to here, this one to here, this one to here, to here, to here, and to there. So let's go and do the other half there. We can do that. To there. Oh, gosh, scared me, buddy. What happened? Something fell down. Then over to here. So it's weaving it underneath. And so that's half of our flower. And if you can see here, that's how I've done these here. So you've got a center. And then from every spoke of the center one, we go out to the one next to it, and you get these big flowers. So depending on the contrast of your threads against the fabric behind it, as to how much the patterns will stand out. But yeah, really quite simple and quite effective. Can change it up with whatever colors you're using and whatever background color it is. Obviously the size of your check is going to change the size of the finished design. So this is about an 8mm gingham, I think, 6 to 8mm gingham. But if you had a smaller one, then it's all going to come in smaller, so you could actually take your design wider if you wanted to make the same project. But we have, hi Mary, but we have obviously kits of this one that's just been released. And I will put the link in because the link does work when you've got the link, remember? And that might be something fun to try if you've never tried it before. So let's see, where's our link? Somewhere. Put the link in for that. Yeah, really quite fun to do. So that's a bit of Chickenscratch. You may see more of it in my future because I did enjoy it. Did enjoy it quite a bit. Now, a couple of other things to show you. First of all, we got some more zipper pulls in. So I'm going to show you some of those. We will go down. I'll just hang on a minute. I'll just open the door for Mr. Bentley. There you go. We do have quite a few ginghams in store, Leanne, and we were going to put the link up, but of course we can't put the link up because we had to do a search of ginghams, and that doesn't work to give you the link. But anyway, we have some new zipper pulls, so let's go on Zoom and I'll show you these. Now these aren't on the website yet, but if you want any, just comment and we can send an invoice to them. So there's this gorgeous little penguin. Isn't he cute? Little penguin, little gold penguin. It's very cute. So these are size 5 zipper pulls. Very cute penguin. Then we have these butterflies, gold butterflies, and they're sort of etched, ribbed sort of. They're not just plain. I don't know if you can see that. So they're nice in the gold. Then we have these bows, nice, and they're quite tiny. Sometimes the zipper pulls are just too big and chunky, but these ones are quite tiny, as you can see on my hand. And we've got it in antique bronze and the black, what's the black called? Whatever it's called, but it's like black. Gunmetal. And then we have it in the yellow gold. And we have it in the rose gold. Those that love rose gold. I think that's really quite dainty and sweet, actually, in the rose gold. And then we have it in the rainbow. So in your rainbow colour, like tulip pink rainbow. But they're a nice little size. A lot of the zipper pulls are really quite big and chunky. So these ones are nice, a little bit more dainty. And then we have, for the horse lovers, let me take these out of their bags. So we have rose gold in a little horse head if you're a horse lover. And we have the antique bronze, which I think actually would look really nice with a denim zip with antique bronze in it and make quite a nice sort of horsey type bag. I don't know. Are you picturing the same thing as me? Yeah. And then we also have it in the rainbow, the horse in the rainbow as well. So yeah, I think there's some nice new ones there that I hadn't seen before. Those penguins are just so cute. Very, very cute. Very, very cute. What else? Oh, a couple of fabrics, new fabrics. I thought I saw these, but no, I think actually what it was is I put a photo of them on Instagram this week. So a couple of new fabrics in. This is, well, it's not a text print, but it sort of looks like a text print, but it's actually little stitches. So it is a Moda fabric from the Threads collection for a Sweetwater. And that's actually, like you can see, a chevron stitch and a little, they're all stitches. Feather stitch, cross stitch, back running stitch. Yeah, they're all little stitches, little zigzag there. So that's a little stitch one. And then there is also, from the same collection, a text print. What does the text print say? It just says handmade. I was thinking it was like handmade and something, but it's handmade. So it just says handmade. You can read it better than me on there. Two new fabrics in. Again, not on the website yet until we get it sorted out. But yeah, they're quite fun and very usable. Always looking for text prints. So I had that. Then on cleaning out, I found all of these. Now, I don't know where I bought them or what I bought them for. But it's all in Japanese. So I don't even know what it says or what I bought them for. But they are stamp templates. So if you like the stamp method, there is a 1-inch hexie. Pretty sure it's 1 inch. They're actually in millimeters though. And a square and an apple core, which they've called a spool, but we call it an apple core. There's instructions if you can read Japanese. But the pictures are pretty good too. So if you like hand piecing or you like stamping and cutting out and hand piecing or even machine piecing, then there's also 3 large ink pads. Now I probably could use the ink pads, but I don't think hasn't even been opened. So if anyone would like to try these, make me an offer and they're yours. I can't remember where I bought them, and I obviously bought them to come back and decide whether to stock them, but we didn't. So I possibly could, Michelle, but I don't think I'm going to use them because I use iron-on papers now. So if anyone would like to try them, even the ink pads are worth a lot of money. So make me an offer and that goes to the first person who would like them. Yeah. Okay. Hexie and a square and a pad. Okay. Make an offer, Jeanette. And Joe will be in contact. All right. Now, one more thing I was going to show you because it's just what I'm working on. So I thought I might as well, I've sometimes got things that I can't show you. So I've got nothing to show you, but I've got getting some things ready tonight, and it's just not really a secret. It's a peek of something coming soon. Hopefully reasonably soon, actually, because I've been working on it in my spare time for a couple of years now, I think. It's one of those projects that I just kept doing. So first of all, I just started drawing, and then I thought I'd better put it into some sort of plan, and I just kept doing it when I had time. So we're getting to the end where we're almost finished now. You can see somewhere I had a... Oh yes, so this is like part of it. I think I put some photos up of me doing circles. So there's a few hundred circles, only a couple of hundred circles, and I clearly couldn't count because I've had to do some extras because I didn't have enough. Anyway, I'm down to the last 3 sheets of designs. So I've got the transfers, and I thought, well, I'll just demonstrate the iron-on transfer. More circles, Michelle, but you should be an expert by now. Should be a total expert by now. So anyway, I thought I would just get my iron nice and hot, and I would just demonstrate the iron-on transfer again. I know a lot of you have seen it lots of times, but it's the biggest stress for people on how to transfer. I don't always have spare time, Julie, but if I have things ready when I have a few minutes, then I can make use of it. So, yes. Otherwise, I'd sit there and just waste my time on my phone if I had nothing ready. Anyway, so I'm getting my iron nice and hot, and I'm just using my mini Aliso, and I'm just on a hard ironing surface. I do have, only because it's here, I've got an applique mat, and I've got a woolly ironing mat, and then I've got a nice hard wool ironing mat from the retreat. So it's nice and hard though, it's not spongy. So a big thing about iron-on transfers is you want a nice hard surface, okay, not spongy. So this actually is a directional fabric, which is a bit silly, but you're not going to notice it, so I'm not going to worry about it. But otherwise, I should change these. I should cut that out and do it separately. But, you know, in the overall picture of my quilt, you're not going to see that my letters are sideways. So I'm going to be lazy because I didn't cut the fabric to cut that out. So I put it printed side down, okay? And then I have a hot, dry iron. So as hot as I can get it and no steam. Because if you have steam, that's an ink on the paper and the steam zhooshes it all out the sides, and you get fuzzy, thicker lines. You want nice, quiet lines. Now, you can, if you want, take some washi tape. I think I showed you this a couple of weeks ago. And tape it down just for a little bit of extra insurance. I'm usually lazy and don't, but I do use washi tape if I need to join a transfer in 2 bits. Because you can just iron over it. But anyway, you can just washi tape it down to hold it. And then it's just a matter of sitting your iron on, no steam, holding it for as long as it needs. Now, it's not my normal iron, so I'm not sure how long it needs. And then while you're holding the paper, even if it's taped, move it across to the next one. You want to be careful that you're not scorching your fabric, but I'm not going like this on it, okay? I'm not ironing it, I'm just pressing. And when I move it, I lift the pressure off and I just slide it to the next spot, but I'm holding the paper the whole time. Washi tape is like a scrapbooking product, Gidget. It's like a paper sticky tape, but it doesn't leave any stickiness. Okay, and I'm moving it to the next one. Now, if I didn't have any washi tape, I would carefully lift up while I'm still holding it down and just check. It's spelled W-A-S-H-I. Just check that it has transferred well enough. But I'm always holding the paper because otherwise when you move the iron, the paper will stick to it and it will lift and it will never go down in the same spot. Now I'm just having a peek to make sure I haven't missed any bits. And I'm just going to go back and get this one a bit more. You can sort of also see through the back that it has transferred. Oops, I got some stabilizer that I just got on my iron. Okay, and I think I am done. When I pull it off, I should have perfectly fine lines. Can you see that? Oh, hold on. I have to let the dog out. He's urgently needing to go out, and there's no one else here. Wait 1 sec. Come on, quick. You're desperate, are you? All right, Better that than an accident. Fiona, I'm going to say 2. Sometimes you'll get 3 depending on the fabric, but I don't generally, if I'm transferring for other people, I don't generally do any more than 2. And it depends how long you hold the iron on it for, because the longer you hold, the more ink you transfer off the paper and the less that's left. So did we have a bird? Yeah, we had a bird there. We did have a bird and a bunny and a dog and a mouse. So the next one, I've got one more to go. So I'll do it one more time while I'm at it, and then I've got mine done. Make sure I'm up the right way. Okay. Michelle sells with lines on it. Which Michelle? Is she a paper crafter, Michelle? Okay. Now, if you have an iron that turns itself on and off when it gets up to heat, just try and keep it at its hottest heat. So I haven't used the washi tape, so I have to hold it down really carefully with my hand. There you go, Julie. Always something else to learn, isn't there? But you're never going to move it without holding the paper, and you're certainly not going to go like that and iron it. You're just going to press. On a press, if you've got one, works well, but you've only got one chance. You can't lift it and peek and put it back down again. Yeah, you should be able to, Fiona. The blue's a bit darker, so you do need a pretty heavy, like lots of ink on it. Like, do it a bit heavier, but I reckon you'll get one. Leanne did hers on the blue, but that was the first go, and she could quite easily see it. And my original one that I showed you last week on the blue, could quite easily see it on that as well. ASA ladies, you will be pleased to know that I have done the blue dotty mini pouch pattern, and that will be done, released after all of these ones. Fiona, you're going to do it yourself. You're okay. Got your stuff. All right, and there's my other one done. So now I've got my next couple of night stitching ready to go. If I get a few minutes free, then I'm good to go, because I'm all lined on. Can you see that okay? You can see that on there. I didn't do it too dark. I don't like it too dark, particularly when it's on a white fabric, because it can shadow out underneath the thread if I'm only using a couple of strands. So I've got 3 of those panels left to do, and that's all the stitcheries done for this quilt that will be coming soon. I do need a name for it. It is a red work quilt, and it's basically stitcheries and spots. So if you're a red work person, put on your list for probably a 12-month project though. Project to come. Does it wash out? No, it doesn't. I'm going to say it doesn't wash out, Janine. It may fade over time, and if you didn't want it to wash out, it might, but if you want it to, it won't. So it should be permanent on cotton fabrics. So no, it's just safer to say it doesn't wash out, which is why you have to transfer it correctly in the first place. But yeah, once you pick it up, that you don't get a second chance to put it down again, because you'll never line it up. And what will happen then, if I show you on a scrap, is you'll get double lines and you'll cry. So for example, if I just transfer that one there a little bit, and then I lift it and even just move it a little bit. Yes, Fiona, the one I had in my machine. Oh, it's probably not enough left on it for you to see, but you will get double lines. Are these all in the shop? You mean the transfer skidget? If so, not yet. It's for a new project that I'm still finishing. So probably take me a few more weeks to get it together and quilt it and finish it and write the pattern. All right, so you can see, you probably can't see the second line, but where I moved it, I didn't even have it on. I didn't even have it on overhead, so you didn't see it. So you can't quite see, but I've got 2 double lines there where I moved it. So, but you can see that you do get more than one go out of the transfer, and that one's actually a little bit darker than before. But yes, if you move it even just a little bit, you'll get double lines, and then you can't get rid of it. Yes, Gidget. So you need to wait for the project to be finished. All right, so that's it from me tonight. What's the time? Oh, we're nearly right on an hour. So thanks for joining in. My hot chocolate and gin is finished, and I will now go out into the warm and start some stitching. So I hope everyone has a good week. Next week I am here. Yes, I am here next week on the Thursday. I'll be leaving on the Friday. So I'll see you all again next week. We've got some more projects to release from ASA. So I think there's 2 more projects next week. I'll show you a couple each week because we had a lot. Whatever else we can find to show you next week or to demo. I think I'm going to demo Lazy Daisies next week. Yes. People always have problems with Lazy Daisies too. Even I do sometimes, getting them to look nice. So, but hopefully I've got a few little tips that might help you get them better. Hi, Christine. We're just about finished. So you catch it on replay. Those that wanted to go on the wait list, just email me, helen@hugsandkisses.net, and I'll put you on the wait list for ASA. Our rules are that this year's people get first dibs, and then previous years, and then we go to the wait list and then to the public. All right, so have a good week, and I will draw the jar. I'm much warmer tonight, Kim, because I put the heater on. Don't know about my why are they skipping? Oh, okay, hide from the screen. All right. Don't know about my power bill, but at least I've been warm. Oh, you have been here, Christine. Okay, right. I thought you were just saying hello as if you just popped in. Just need dates for next year. Yes, haven't worked those out yet. Got to work out my year. All right. Mary, are you still here? Yes, Donna. Yep, they can be. That's right. So we'll go through some Lazy Daisies, and I'll give you any tips that I have. Yes, Kate, there is an Adelaide event this year. I'll have to get organised to get that one open soon. I think it's Sunday the 8th of December or the 9th, whatever the Sunday is. So keep the date, and I will give you a couple of weeks' notice for when I'm opening bookings, because that one's first in, you remember. And then I'll be back in Adelaide next March for the Patchwork by Sea one as well. There's Mary. Hello, Mary. Well done. So just message Jo if there's anything else you want, and she'll pop a goodie in with it. If not, she'll just send you a virtual prize. All right. See you all next week. Good night, Mum. Happy birthday, Jo. Well done. Make the most of it. Stretch it out. Sunday the 7th of December. Thanks, Robin. Okay, Sunday the 7th is the Christmas gathering in Adelaide. All right. Yes, see you all next week. Okay.